to Joya Books with me, Miss Joy. Today's offering is The Nowhere Emporium by Ross MacKenzie. This children's fiction book was released in 2015 and contains 276 pages. Sharing his views on the book today is author and teacher TC.
I really enjoyed this book. The mysterious Nowhere Emporium arrives in Edinburgh in Scotland. This shop of wonders, a vast labyrinth of staircases and rooms. Yeah, this really appealed to my boyish imagination, and I loved the book. Really did enjoy it. It's obviously won awards. The Scottish author, Ross MacKenzie, fairly new writer, but certainly a talented one. The novel is about this orphan, Daniel, who is drawn into this world of Lucian Silver, this kind of magician. So we've obviously got this magical theme running throughout the book. The main character, Daniel, is being chased by these bullies in the orphanage, and he seeks some kind of respite or safety in the nearest doorway or shop front. He turns the handle and in he goes. The bullies run by naively, and he is in this magical shop with all these incredible creations that his mind can barely absorb because they're so mind-boggling. For example, these two magpies that are made of this amazing silver material that are seemingly have human qualities in the way that they communicate. So right from the start, it hooks the reader, and I can imagine younger readers really, really being lured in by this amazing book. So from there, Daniel Holmes is really drawn into this world of this would-be magician, Lucian Silver, and this whole world is just incredible. It's the idea that people can come into this emporium, but once they go in and see the incredible wonders, a little bit of their imagination is left behind. And that's what's powering this ability of this shop to move to any place and time. It's kind of almost like time travel as well in there. I mean, classic escapism and a lovely, lovely idea for a story. You have this army of workers in this hotel based inside the shop. Again, the idea that they can't leave for the real world is a nice little plot device, which I found really, really interesting. Of course, the power of Lucian Silver, who's able to create such an incredible place, all comes down to the imagination that he's stolen from the shop visitors. And you also have this kind of book of wonders. And whenever he writes or draws something in it, then that item or object comes to life and is immediately created in the Emporium. So even this idea of the Book of Wonders is quite an interesting idea. Again, the rooms with all their magical people and creatures in them and features is a delight to read. For example, the fountain, where all of the imagination is moulded into this kind of valuable silver liquid that's the lifeblood of the Emporium, is a really, really interesting device by the author. Again, you have other characters as well. So you've got the daughter of Lucian Silver, Ellie. Daniel and Ellie like each other. They're a little too young for there to be a love interest. It could possibly be seen by some as a downside of the book, but inevitably, if this is going to be compared with Harry Potter, then of course in the early Harry Potters, Harry's not really got a love interest as such, not in the early days at least. So we've got Ellie, and Ellie is related to Vindictus Sharp, okay, who's the baddie. Vindictus Sharp, again, Vindictus Voldemort, you've got that V baddie link, and even the word sharp, he gives us information about his character. He's sharp, he's edgy, and of course he's looking to steal the Book of Wonders from Daniel and Lucian. There's a believable backstory as well for Vindictus Sharp as Silver's apprentice, greedy apprentice, if you like. And it all comes down to Daniel trying to save the Emporium. So I would say fair play to Ross MacKenzie, firstly, for having the guts to write a magic book, certainly in light of fellow Scot J.K. Rowling's monster, Harry Potter, monster in the best possible way, Leviathan may be a better word. It was immensely successful, of course, and changed elements of literature and, of course, popular culture. So you do have that. And this book would have to be special for it to stand up against that. And I feel that it pretty much does that. So fantastic achievement by author Ross MacKenzie in doing this. I believe there's a sequel called The Elsewhere Emporium, which continues Daniel's story. So I can see this being a series that captivates young readers. I think it's aimed at readers from between 8 and 12 years old, but I would suggest that early teenagers would probably get more out of the book. It's quite a lengthy read in terms of amount of pages. I think it's almost getting on for 300 pages. So it's quite a solid read, and once you're in, there's no turning back to it. I mean, in a nice way for readers. It's such a good read. It's enjoyable. I don't think people will want to put this book down. So it's certainly a book from the fantasy genre. Certainly a book that will interest people who like magic and fantasy and mystery as well to a degree. Harry Potter fans, I would say they will enjoy it as well. If they can see it for what it is, which is a very, very good piece of writing, they will enjoy it. Of course, the die-hard Harry Potters might not be able to see further than Rowling's writing, but for sure that there's something in this for younger readers. I would recommend it.
Well, thank you very much for your review of this very interesting book, TC. The Nowhere Emporium by Ross MacKenzie is available from all good book outlets. Thank you for joining me, and please remember to like and subscribe to Joy of Books.